So the company started in July, correct?
Mm-hmm.
It officially started in July.
Yeah.
Has, in your opinion, has there been any? What would be the biggest struggles we've come across, in your opinion? I know I have my own opinion on what some of the big struggles have been, but in your opinion, what have the struggles been so far in the first 4 months, 3-4 months of us being in business?
That's going to be a couple. I'm going to have to give you a couple answers.
That's fine.
One is inherent with any new operation, unless you've got a background in that, even if you do. But anyway, what I'm talking about is the learning curve. In this case, none of us really were per se had a background in any sort of pest control. Your dad's had businesses, of course I've had businesses, so that we were good. But I guess, the figuring out, like the license thing, I was just under the assumption that, hey, I can pass a test, I'll just run down and study up and take the pest control test. Ta-da, it takes 3 years experience. So that threw us a wrinkle, and we had to go find our license holder, 27-year veteran, and after numerous interviews with some more than interesting characters out there. But so that was part of it. But that's, like I said, that's with any business. There's always a learning curve. The second, I think we started this in probably the worst. No, we are in the worst economy probably in 30-something years. So I guess for example, we did a 13,000. We were in 13,000 homes September 1st. Through newsletters, homeowner association newsletters, magazines, what have you. We were in 13,000 homes, and we got what?
2 calls,
2 phone calls, right? So yeah, I think to anybody with,
would you think it's harder to sell a new company, a new pest control company, or is it harder to sell an organic pest control company because you have to change everybody's minds?
Yeah.
Is that pretty much the biggest hurdle? Because in my opinion, that's our biggest hurdle. Is trying to convince somebody that organic pest control works. It doesn't have to be conventional.
Right. Well, it goes right back to me. I'm a pretty open-minded guy, and when I first met Greenworld Path and saw their product, even I was skeptical. And I somewhat have an interest and background in organic, personal use anyway. So yeah, when you come across somebody, for the first time, we do have to kind of sell them. Fortunately, we are the way our marketing works. We advertise and we kind of have a selective process on their end. They're coming to us, so I have to think, for the most part, there's already some ideas there that organic has merit and is worth something. So, but if I had to take 100 people just arbitrarily off the street and convince 50% or more, that might be a little difficult, because that way we're
absolutely. Has anything, in your opinion, worked very well? Has the company been in what way has the company been successful in the first few months?
Yeah, I think so. I think one of the things is that your father and I, from experience and taking into account the economy and a new endeavor, both agreed that if the company did not make a penny the first year, we're not going to get all freaked out. So, and here we're 3 months into it, and we're not making a profit per se, but that margin has certainly we're a lot closer to a break even than I would have anticipated, even in this economy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So in your opinion, this company is so far a success?
Yeah, I think so. Absolutely. Oh, well, I guess I didn't answer your last question, but your question now just led into it. What's a success of our company is I think that the partners, we went into this with we didn't have any unrealistic expectations. And sometimes that's a problem, because in partnerships, everybody gives a lip service, but when the rubber meets the road and there's we're shelling out money, we're not making anything, people get all, maybe it's not going to work and da-da-da-da, but we're all...
And we've hit those bumps in the road where we don't know if this is going to work, but...
I don't have any doubt.
Yeah. no doubt that it's going to work. You know, it's all about adapting, in my opinion. I don't know if this is your opinion. It's about adapting to that situation and overcoming that obstacle. Like if we're not making a profit or we're not getting new customers every day, what are we going to do to get those new customers? How are we going to do this? We need to approach them a different way.
That's right.
And I think we've gone 20 different ways of trying to approach customers, and you know, it's still, you know, hit and miss and trial by error.
We haven't found that silver bullet yet, but you know, is there ever a silver bullet in any industry? I don't know. And then, regardless, we're still in this horrible economy, and you know, it's the pest controls. That's one of the first things that goes when things get tight. So, but on the other hand, I always see the proverbial glass half full. That if we can succeed and make it, if we can maintain and grow like we are now, we're going to make it. But when the economy does turn, how much better are we going to be? So if we're growing, you know, at 3% a month, well, I'm just using an arbitrary number, in this horrible economy, we'll maintain and prevail. But what happens when the economy turns? Is that 3 going to jump to 20, 15? You know, so that's all good stuff.
So it's looking toward the future, not, you know, just sticking right now. You have to plan ahead as well as look at what you're doing right now, but do stuff right now that's going to get you to the future where you want to go.
Yeah, I can get real philosophical about business. But it's all about being positive.
No, absolutely. You know, now a little bit about a hiring question, I guess. In your opinion, if you're hiring a manager or, you know, shopping around for a partner as you did, what kind of qualities are you looking for in somebody, you know, to hire or to become a business partner with?
I'm going to tell you something funny. Maybe not funny, but it's going to shatter some misconceptions that I think a lot of people have. And I've done it here in a number of, I've never been an owner, been a decision maker in a business that was high tech. So what I'm going to say in regards to education versus personality and common sense pertains more to the industries that I've been in. I've never built computer boards or manufactured LCD screens, which would be different, or never ran an accounting firm, which might be different. But in basics, I would say I would be much more readily hire somebody who I can look in the eye and see personality, a good work ethic. Of course, you don't always know that up front. A good set of a moral set, good morals, good communications, but personality. I would take that over a PhD that didn't have those. Sometimes I think we get wrapped around the axle on the education thing, and I think that's all great. The education's icing, but what's the core values makes everything.
You can teach somebody, you know, out of a book. You can teach somebody.
You can retrain them anyway,
but you can't teach somebody to have a personality or teach somebody to be good, you know, at customer service.